On this episode, I launch the Ask Jason Gelios show. Welcome everyone to my very first Ask Jason Gelios show. Thanks for tuning in. You know, of all the things that you guys could watch, you're watching this and I appreciate it. So, I'm just thrilled to have the show because my number one goal with the show is to provide value. And if I'm not providing value out there in my real estate career or whatnot, anything that I'm doing, then quite honestly, it makes no sense to me doing it. So I want to create value, answer questions in regards to real estate, and hopefully you find this valuable and you'll share it with everyone that you know on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you go for this, because at the end of the day, people have questions about real estate, and so that's why I'm here. Okay, so many people ask me, what is the difference between an FHA mortgage versus a conventional mortgage? Okay, so I'm going to answer that in the most basic form because there's so many differences, but the most common difference is that FHA allows you to put less money down, typically 3.5%, compared to a conventional loan, which usually lenders want you to put a minimum of 10% down. Some only do 20% down. So those are the major differences. Now, FHA typically has a little bit of a higher rate compared to a conventional loan. An FHA loan will have a little bit more work involved in terms of, is the house FHA approved? Meaning, is there not chipped paint? Is there a handrail by the stairs? Things like that. Is there a GFI reset switch by every sink? FHA looks for those things, and in my experience, FHA is a huge advantage for first-time homebuyers because you may bring a little bit more upfront in terms of costs, like mortgage insurance and things like that, but you bring less of a down payment and allows you to get that starter home, right? And actually, the limits are fairly good, so it can actually get you quite a large starter home if you wanted to. So with a conventional loan, the rates are typically better, lot less risk to the bank because the buyer is bringing more money down. And conventional loans run 30 years, 15 years, sometimes 10 years if they still have those. I'm sure they do. I don't see those that much though. Usually it's 15 or 30. Years ago, they had a 40-year fixed, which was outrageously crazy. I don't even recommend that. But a conventional loan is typically for people who have a larger down payment. You'll pay less in closing costs, things like that. However, FHA is great for first-time buyers. So there's major differences there. I will have another video coming soon in regards to FHA. We'll be diving into FHA. I'm going to have a lender buddy of mine talk about that because there's just a lot of things to know, and so therefore, but FHA and conventional, one is not better than the other. It just depends on you, your situation. Now, I will say one more thing to end on this question is FHA typically is more forgiving with credit scores. Okay, in other words, they're not so much credit score focused, but accounts. Do you have accounts? Are you showing that you're increasing your score, your credit, right? Are you working from a bad situation and getting better? FHA doesn't ultimately depend on credit scores. It looks at the whole picture, to where conventional is here's your score and here's where you're at. So I hope that helps. That's the differences between FHA versus conventional. So this is a fun question because I get asked this a lot by different people, of course, and is the holiday season a good time to buy or sell real estate? My answer is yes. Now, we're looking, December 2017 right now, and there's still buyers out there. We're seeing in Metro Detroit, more specifically Macomb County, we're seeing the inventory levels of houses available going up a little bit, and that's good. So some people will say, well, you know, I'm going to wait until spring and then I'll list it. Well, a lot of people think that way, and that can actually hurt you, because come spring, the mentality of people is, well, I'm going to look more in the spring. I'm going to sell my house in the spring. I'm going to do all these things. And so you have increased competition, more buyers, more sellers. And actually, in my opinion, we're heading slightly, I mean, it's slow, but we're slightly heading towards a buyer's market. It could happen spring 2018, could happen summer, could be fall, but it's around there. We're slowly heading towards there. So unless something crazy happens, we're probably going to be in a buyer's market by next year. That's what we're feeling. So, but ultimately, you have to look at your own personal situation and say, is this a great time for me to buy a home? Is this a great time for me to sell a home? Okay. If it's a choice, this is a great time to sell, as long as you can handle it through the holidays. And what I mean is, you know, it's okay to have your house listed around the holidays, but what you want to do is avoid certain things, like don't post family pictures, which you shouldn't do that all year round anyway. Take all your family pictures, depersonalize your house, right? You can have, you know, holiday decorations up. Just stay away from religion-based decorations, and I know that's kind of a tricky thing, but some buyers, you know, may be turned off by that. If you're selling now around the holidays, that's just what you got to do. So, and then the basic rules apply. You know, keep everything clear in terms of your walkway. Make sure if it's snowing, if it's ice, you know, the wintertime presents a little bit more challenge, because you have to make sure that people aren't going to slip on your walkway or on your driveway, you know, or things like that. So you want to make sure that you just do those basic things. But yes, it is still a great time. November, December, January, doesn't matter. It's still a great time to sell a home, especially now. We're in the holiday season 2017, and I mean, the numbers are there. People are still moving, and buyers are more serious now than ever. I mean, you know, spring, summer, you may get some people that are like, oh, we're just kind of checking out some houses, right? But this time, you get people that are very serious, and they're wanting to make a move. So that answers that question. All right, guys, so that is the Ask Jason Gelios show, episode 001. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the whole thing. If you skip through it, that's okay. Some of the questions may not apply to you, but some may. You may know somebody who wants these questions answered for them, and so definitely share this video. Like it, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or whatnot. Comment on it and share it as much as you can. I definitely appreciate that. That allows me to provide more value out there and do what I do. So I am Jason Gelios, Metro Detroit Realtor. Thanks for watching.